call the meeting to order today for the Dudley Cultural Council, Thursday, June 6th at 10 a.m. If we'd like to do introductions first, Louise, would you like to start?
Louise Williams.
Lovely member.
Patty Byron.
Joanne Berger.
Ron Staheller.
Annette Guyon.
James Champagne.
Peggy McCouga.
And we have a visitor, Jenny.
Jenny DiDonato,
Yeah.
visiting.
And, okay, so we'll start with the secretaries. Oh, you all have a packet in front of you. Everything's there, and it should be in order of what we're going through, so you should be fine. The next item is the secretary's minutes. Jane?
So the minutes are from Thursday, November 2nd of the Dudley Cultural Council meeting, and if everyone would just take a few moments to read it through, and if you can see anything that needs to be added or deleted, or, anything of the sort, let us know and we'll address it.
Everybody good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Motion to accept?
I second it.
Okay, minutes have been approved and accepted. Our next item is the treasurer's report.
Okay,
Ron?
so if you look at the treasurer's report on the left side, our grants that are awarded, and the next column is admin funds. And if we go back to the grant award, we have $6,250 that was carried over from previous year. And if you look further down, we got our MCC grant of $11,100. So that with expenses and the like, we ended up with $9,975. And if we carry over the admin, we come up with a total of $10,128.69. So at the very bottom, summary of the legend balance is incumbent grant funds, a total of $8,843. Unencumbered grant funds of $1,132, plus DCC admin funds of $153. You can see that it totals to $10,128.69.
Any questions? Is there?
I accept the motion of the treasurer. Whatever.
Very well done. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. The next report is a view of our grant tracking sheet. Do you want to take it or?
A little bit, I suppose, we, up to date.
Okay, I was gonna say, there's 2 years here,
Oh.
FY '23 and FY '24.
Oh, good.
In FY '23, it shows that, all but 2 of the awards were, completed, and those 2 did not take place, so the money from '23 is carried over, into FY '25. So there's $748 that we're gonna be we'll have extra in FY '25 to award out. And in FY '24, I'm sorry.
Let this be good.
Okay, FY '24, we're, it's moving along pretty nicely. Everybody who was scheduled to hold an event, it has taken place and reimbursed, or they have submitted their paperwork for reimbursement. So there's one event, the Samuel Slater for the, what was that?
Middle school.
Middle school. Their cost was less, So there's $384 that's gonna be carried over into FY '25 for, granting out again. So we're having a little pot starting out in FY '25. So any questions on the tracking? No? Okay, great. Oh, yeah.
The Black Tavern is here, that took place, they didn't.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, we haven't received the
We haven't received their,
reimbursement for that.
reimbursement yet.
Yeah, sorry.
Everything that's on this list right now, we've received the request for reimbursement.
I missed that, sorry. Thanks. Okay. Moving on to the next item, member list. If any of the information on this is incorrect, please let me know. If your personal email and phone number is incorrect. This also, there's a column that says the first 3-year term. We have 4 members who their first 3-year term is expiring the end of this month, and they all graciously have agreed to submit for renewal of the membership to the council. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. Appreciate it very much. Marilyn, her term is expiring the end of June, and she was gonna be here, but she's not. So this would have been her last meeting. She would need to take a year off. It's her 2nd year term, so she'd need to take a year off. And she did comment that she might come back after her year, which would be very good also. Very much appreciated on that. And as you can see, the 4 people, Jane, Annette, Ronnie, and Louise, your 2nd year term will come at the same time, all 4 of you expiring. So, it would be most helpful and nice if during these next 3 years, we could attract other people, so we won't have 4 people gone, and, because we may be sunk then, because we need a 5 minimum.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, and when we have a voting meeting, that will make it even, that'll be tough. So it would be really nice if we could find people interested in the culture of council to join. As you can see, the meetings are minimal. It doesn't take a lot of time, and it is nice to sit here and be able to give out money to artists, cultural events.
Right.
To enjoy. So I think it's a win-win committee council here. So keep that in mind for future. For this next year, Jenny agreed to come back after her year off of leave, rest, and relaxation to come back and work. Yep, so thank you very much. So if anybody has questions, updates they need on this, please let me know, and I'll correct it and we'll get it out again. All right, the next item, any other old business before we move on to new business? If I forgot anything, anybody have anything? Okay, so the next item for under new business, nominations for chair, secretary, and treasurer. Jane, you agreed to continue on with secretary?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and Ron, he's gonna continue on with treasurer for another 3 years?
Yes.
Yes, 3 years also,
Yes.
right? Now, for chair, I'd be willing and happy to give up. So, anybody interested?
No.
Okay, then I'm gonna ask you, Ronnie, this last year, very nicely, kindly jumped in for the co-chair and was very helpful. I really appreciated that. I talked with him and it would be, he's not interested in advancing beyond treasurer, let's say. And so, I think it'd be good if there would be somebody who would like to do co-chair and get more involved on the end of this part of it, for looking at the future. So if anybody is interested in co-chairing, that would be lovely. And if you want to think about it, okay? But think hard, and that would be great. And in the meantime, Ronnie, if you can
Sure.
continue on?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, I guess, yes, ma'am.
Ma'am. I would be willing to help you, but that doesn't work for tonight. I mean, for your voting
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. What was
as
that?
co-chair.
As co-chair.
Yeah, a week co-chair.
Oh, a week?
W-E-A-K.
I got it, Jenny.
Got
I knew it, Jenny.
What kind of a deal is this?
Not much.
I got the short end of the stick.
Yeah, well, you did, you did.
Yeah, no.
I'll do my best to
Yeah,
help.
no,
It
that
doesn't
would be
have
much
to say co-chair,
appreciated.
but you know I'll
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, no, you
Awesome.
know that, you know the system and that, so that's very much appreciated. Okay, all right. So, then do you wanna be officially?
Yes.
I don't think I can be yet. I
Not yet,
haven't.
but I mean, we could,
Whatever you want me to be.
okay.
Sure.
Sure, okay, so we'll leave that position open then
Okay.
until next month, how's that?
That sounds good.
Okay, so then I guess, motion for accepting the positions as Jane secretary, Ronnie treasurer, and me chair. Is that what we do? Yeah, okay, is there a motion for that?
I'm gonna make a motion that we accept the positions.
The slate
as-
of offices.
I seconded it.
You
I can't second it?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Excellent, thank you. The banners, Peggy has done a wonderful job this past year for doing the banners, bringing them to the events, and displaying them. And it's,
Well, you've helped to remind me too. But,
the wreaths, you delivered some too?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, everybody really,
so that's great.
you know, they did a good job of putting them up. I didn't have to put them up, but, you know.
They,
brought them
yeah,
in great.
the one at Mamma Mia,
Yeah.
that was wonderful. Yeah,
And the Black Tavern, I went to the Black Tavern.
yeah,
But it's too bad, they had so few people, because usually they have a full house.
they
Black-
do.
But something that was going on at Shepherd Hill, two things were going on at Shepherd Hill that night.
Yeah,
So, you know,
Yeah.
which is too bad.
it
But I
is.
mean, it was still a wonderful program, and there, you know, there was still enough people there, but usually
Yeah.
it's full.
Yeah,
But they had it displayed very nicely.
that's great. And in the events, I guess, I'm off track here, but being we brought it up, they've been pretty much well attended also. The senior center, there's been a couple there that, we've been to that have been well attended, so, some good programs this year.
Right.
That's
I
been
brought this
enjoyable.
up to Joanne. I heard from Becky Bussier, you know, who was the music choir director there. She said that they got no money from Charlton for Mamma Mia. They applied to Charlton for money and they got none. So
That's
it's a good
amazing.
thing. You know, we cut down on the amount that they asked for, but not by much.
No.
Not by much. So thank goodness we gave it to them.
Right.
because
Yeah.
Charlton gave them nothing,
Yeah,
which I
that's
can't
something.
believe. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, but, so, okay. So, question to you, would you consider continuing on with the banners? And would
Oh,
would
yeah.
other people like to help with
Sure.
it? So,
No, I can do that.
would,
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
so-
Peggy knows I'll help her.
Okay, and I will too, you know, so,
There's no problem.
it works with you then sending, you have the, grants, the calendar. Is that good for you to work off of that?
Right,
Okay.
yeah, I can do,
And I try to do a monthly email reminder
Right.
of what's happening,
Right.
but if I fail to do that,
so the next thing coming up would be the Strawberry Festival.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is the next one,
They
yeah.
haven't given any publicity about
Pardon?
the council.
Can't hear you.
They haven't given, I'm trying to be quiet.
Okay, be quiet.
They haven't given any publicity in the newspaper articles
Oh, they haven't?
for the council sponsorship. I haven't read it. I don't know about today's times, but wherever I've read about the Strawberry Festival, they have not acknowledged the Cultural Council. Now, that's rare for them,
That is very rare.
but maybe
Yeah.
they need to be reminded
Okay.
as well.
We need to check into
But the
that.
banner should get up there, and that will be,
But at Shepherd Hill, the program even had.
yes,
It did, it was very nice, yeah.
Which was nice,
unbelievable.
so.
Yeah, okay. So thank you, ladies, for continuing on with banners, appreciate that. And you know, you can call anybody of us, Peggy, if you're not
Right.
able to there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, whenever you need
Absolutely.
something.
okay. Dudley Cultural Council Survey, community input. The MCC, Massachusetts Cultural Council, requires every council to do an annual one, which is, for smaller communities, it's a chore, it's a challenge. And, it's timely, we need to look at doing another one for Dudley. So, in the back of your packet, last year, 2 years ago, it was a very nice way to get it started, where, 10 surveys were given to each person, to go out in the community to try and, obtain a complete survey. And there was, the art show where, yeah, Peggy and Jenny and Mary did really nice job on gathering. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to give kudos to Peggy.
Yes.
She
Yes.
was all over the place at that art show and
Yes.
wouldn't let anybody out without doing a survey.
Yeah.
And she knew a lot
Well,
of, you
you
knew
know-
a lot of people.
Yeah, that
Well,
helps.
because my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know a lot of people. And then because I taught there too, so.
Yeah. It all helps. It was great.
So we do need to complete one for this for 25. So we don't have a lot of time left for
Okay.
25 here. There's an annual report that has to be completed.
Excuse
That's a
me,
date.
do you think we can have a table at the Strawberry Festival, maybe? So
Uh,
you have, it's helpful if you have some kind of, you know,
A lot
some
of
kind of
people.
program.
A lot of
Yeah.
people.
Where a lot of people,
Yeah.
right? Because I mean, you only have so many neighbors you can help
Yeah.
with, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but.
No, and that's what I was gonna ask for suggestions, volunteers, whatever, we come up with. So, yeah, that could be a possibility. That might be good in talking with, your name, help me.
I have it somewhere, you mean the lady from the.
Yeah,
from
I'm
the
sorry.
Oh,
Range?
Gillian.
Yeah, I'm
Karen.
sorry. Yes, that, ask if we could have a table there and also bring up about the advertising
Okay.
and the placement of the banner and do, everything at once. Is there anybody who would be able to man a table?
The Dudley
Okay.
Grange.
Peggy and I will
Not
do
to
it.
interrupt you, the Dudley Grange is giving the Dudley Women's Club a table.
Uh-huh.
And so I am actually working that table.
Are you?
That evening. And so I'm sure they would be willing to give the cultural council
Right.
one as well. And, I mean, I'll take some surveys with me.
That
I
would
can
be
talk,
great.
I can talk to some people at the Dudley Women's Club table
Uh-huh.
as, I don't think it's a conflict, I think we're all in it
No.
together.
Yeah, they're-
Right.
yeah,
I think we're all in it
really.
together, so,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can do this, so I will be there, but I will be at the other table.
Peggy,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Peggy and I'll do it.
Okay, I won't be able to attend that this year, I don't think, so it's like, ooh, that's a good suggestion, but I'm not gonna be able to. Is there anything that, being you're familiar, that I could do ahead of time in preparation? I don't know, for a table or,
I would call and ask your point of contact, because I
Okay.
don't know who we book through. but
Okay.
I'm assuming it's the same
Same,
lady that you're
yeah.
talking about,
yeah.
and just ask for a table so that there'll be one set up for the cultural council.
They set up the table.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if we had.
And then you
to
bring the banners.
And you, right,
Mm-hmm. We could very well be neighbors.
that's true.
That'd be-
Yes.
that'd be good.
That would be good if they were together.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, yes. Will you call and ask?
Yeah,
And ask if they can put us together.
yeah, yeah, no, they will.
And, and I'll print out some more of these at
I was
home.
gonna say,
I can, okay.
lots.
I will.
Last year, Mary, excuse me, Fran,
Yes.
Mary brought 50, and we went right through
We
those
went through those.
at the
Yeah.
art show. So you need a lot, because you've got a
We-
lot of
we'll talk
people.
about that. We can get
Okay,
that later.
great.
Yeah, okay.
Do them right here.
We'll get that. Okay, so, we need to do the survey, so, and, oh, I sent an email to, I reported an email to you that I received from the Ashfield, Cultural Council Chair, where he is, putting together a survey from other councils asking their opinion of the, frequency of the community input survey. And Ashfield, it'd be more challenging for them because they have a population of maybe around 1,800 people, and their award last year was 5,500. So doing an annual survey for them is ridiculous, and it's very difficult for us as well, and we're a larger community, but not that large. And so he's going to present to MCC a proposal about changing their guidelines for an annual. And you can see some places should have, towns should have an annual lister, I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There are councils that should have an annual one, but not
Right.
just smaller communities. So hopefully, this will be our last one for a couple of years. We can take a time off on it and not, harass people for survey input.
Oh, I like to harass people.
Good job. Okay, so we're good on that then?
Yep.
And we'll, okay, so, action item, I'm gonna call the Grange and we'll talk to about the table and get more surveys. So, excellent. And then also the 10 I gave you, run across people,
Yep, yep.
go for it. The next item is, our guidelines and priorities that our council has established in conjunction with the Mass Cultural Council guidelines. I sent you and also gave you what we currently have used. And the guidelines and priorities should be geared off of the community survey input that we do. And we haven't changed this for quite a few years. The surveys come in basically close to what we do. So changing our priorities, it hasn't been done. Our guidelines, we have done minor tweaking on them over the years, but we haven't done anything for the last couple of years. And I'm looking for opinions. If you have any thoughts, suggestions that you would like to see added, changed, we can discuss. These have been working quite nicely over the last several years. But if we're changing them, making any additions, corrections, we would need to do it today and vote on it because as of July 1 is our new fiscal year, and we're not having another meeting till November, which will be too late. So now is your time to provide any thoughts you might have.
I mean, I agree with you. We had discussed it briefly in the past.
Yes.
And we've been very satisfied with our guidelines.
Right.
And they are working for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
So I think we should just leave it be.
I agree.
It's going along fine.
Okay, is there motion then?
I motion
Okay.
to keep the guidelines as is.
Okay.
I second it.
Thank you, Louise.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, then this will be it. So this will be reported to the Mass Cultural Council and put on our website. The next item is, we have a choice of holding back 5% of the grant award annually. So and that 5% is for administrative expenses. We have in our fund for administrative expenses $158 plus cents right now. We rarely use it. 2 years ago, we did hold back 5%, and it was not touched. That 5% then the next fiscal year goes back into the grant pot, where then we grant it out. It's not 5% where you can hold and just
Okay.
keep it rolling over
Yeah.
from year to year to year. We have to go through the process of voting whether we want to hold back any of the grant award money for our own administrative expenses or not. So, this is another item that needs to be voted on before August 17th, which we're not having a meeting until November. So we need to decide today if we're gonna hold back 5%, up to 5% of the grant award for FY '25. This probably is a negative towards it, but it's, record keeping that we have to do when we hold that 5% back. We have to keep it separate on paper, report it separately, and the annual report, it's another line item we have to put in to keep track of. So I'm just gonna put that in. So if we don't use it, we don't need it. What's everybody
So that
saying?
$158 goes
Pardon?
back, the $158 goes back?
No, that's our own personal,
Okay.
that's not the 5%. $555, we held back 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was $555,
Yep.
5%.
Yeah.
We did not touch it. And it was record keeping that we had to do with the state, and then at the next year, it just went back into whatever they awarded to us the following
Right.
year.
Okay.
So if we're not gonna use it, if we don't know of any expenses that are coming up, that it would be nice to have. My feelings is, it's extra work that's not needed.
Right.
From a working
Right.
standpoint, I agree with you.
Yes.
As we have done it,
Yes.
it's like, why are we doing this if we're not using it?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
that's my opinion, but if somebody would like to make a motion of what we do with, if we do hold back 5% or not for FY '25.
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys. Let's see, the next item is the grant applications for FY '25. They usually open in September, the state does. We have not been given a date yet, but just a heads up, it's September, the month of September. And they, usually close in October?
Yeah.
I think October,
Mid.
right. Yes, and then at the end of October, they will send us the applications, it's called a panel, that we then review the applications in November. But we haven't received any dates yet, because we're a little ahead of schedule. They'll send out, we'll receive after July 1, they started a new fiscal year. But I just wanted to give you a heads up on what's happening there. And when we do, when the application process does open up, we have publicized, we've done a media release on the dates and so forth for the public, for the artists to hopefully see and submit applications. And that publicized during the month of August, September, sometime around in there. So that will be happening. We have, the next item is other new business. Thanks, we have a new staff contact person with the Mass Cultural Council. His name is Greg Torales. I think that's how you pronounce it. We've gone through several the last couple of years, so, but we have another one. And I think, does anybody have any other new business? I can't think of anything. I couldn't think of anything.
How are you spelling Greg's last name?
Torrales.
Thank you.
Sure.
just want to share this.
Yes.
Share this as, I don't know if it's new business, but this is the cast of Mamma Mia, that they sent pictures when they sent me the request
Oh,
for
wow.
payment.
That was fantastic. I mean,
It was a very
I was
good-
blown away. It was so good.
It was,
Yeah, they were good.
it was very good, yeah. Very enjoyable.
Yeah, great photo. That was nice that they sent it along.
Wasn't
Yeah.
that nice?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they, well, actually, they were very nice, because they actually sent along their, sent along
Bulletin,
their
the program?
program.
Oh, my goodness. A Mamma Mia cast.
There was
I'll get
also,
it. Oh, you've got it on that side.
Oh,
with
we got it
the,
too? Okay.
with the Samuel Slater, trip for the schools, for the middle school, they sent, I kept this out, their, permission slip, the school sends out to the students. They did a nice job let's pass this around, acknowledging the Mass Cultural Council, or our Dudley Cultural Council. They did a nice job in that, so the parents all knew
Right.
that we
Yeah.
were involved with that, so that was very nice.
I wonder how many parents said, well, how come Charlton isn't involved with that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So our next item is the next meeting, which if everybody is in favor, we can do in November after we get the applications are closed and we have the panel books to review
Yep.
next year's grants. If you wanna meet before then, we certainly can, but those were the items that required the voting that I thought we needed to do. So if you're busy this summer, attending our events coming up, the concerts are coming, what else is on that list? Let's see, the Strawberry Festival, the 2 summer concert series, at the Apple Festival, that's in October. So June and July, there are events. So a few events here this summer to attend. Those are good ones.
That's wonderful too.
So the next meeting, November 7th, does that sound good with everybody?
Yep.
Yes.
So that would be the first full week. I think the first is on a Thursday, but that is too soon, I think, after the closing of the applications, where we could get the packets together. Think on?
Yep.
So mark your calendar, is that a Thursday, by the way?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
Looked at it right, okay. So mark your calendars and
Beautiful.
we'll do that. So, anything anybody has, any questions, concerns, desires? No?
No, I think everything's,
That's it?
I just love how we got credit. I'm so impressed that they did that
Good.
for us.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Thank you.
it is, yeah. I don't know, the choir chorus at Shepherd Hill did a, what is it, acapella?
Oh, acapella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the Memorial Day ceremony at Dudley Town Hall. There were, I don't know, 6, 7 girls that came and they sang the national anthem and, the little flag, is that what? Yes. They did an absolutely beautiful job,
These are all the
absolutely
stars
beautiful.
down here, these, probably 5, 6
Yeah.
girls and 2 boys.
Fantastic.
Yes, it was so enjoyable, listening to them. They did a wonderful job, so, a very talented group, very talented. Yeah, so,
Money well spent.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
yeah. So, any other, I keep asking that and I keep bringing up something, like Jenny. So if there's no other, oh, yes, hey,
I feel bad, because I didn't know that the Samuel Slater experience.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know when it was the Samuel Slater experience, because, it's I think it was to be announced,
It was a
it was
field
so-
trip.
field trip somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't get a banner up there.
No, that's all right, because there's,
Okay.
yeah, it's a field trip, the kids are, and they do it over multiple days, and it's,
Right.
yeah, splitting the classes up, and, yeah, it's not a banner, related, that's an
Okay.
event,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, you're good, Peggy.
Okay.
No, so if there's no other items, then I guess,
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
I said.
Isaac?
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, ladies.